Hello guys, my name is Kaimana Kane, and today I'm going to be giving you a book review on Island of the Blue Dolphins. And obviously I don't have this book right now. It's because it's a novel that I'm reading at school, and I thought, it had a lot of description, and I'll get more on to detail at that at the end of this book review, but I kind of liked it. So I'm reading it at school, and today I'm going to be giving you a book review about it. And sadly, I couldn't take the novel home because when we finished the book, she was collecting it that day. So basically, this is actually really interesting because I didn't think of it, and it's actually a true story. And it also comes along with a movie that's around an hour and a half hours long. And basically, it's just so crazy about if you think about it, because this girl survived on an island for 5 years and they just had so many crazy stories. There might have been some tall talk in there that the author Scott Odell put in there, but most of it's actually true, so it's actually crazy. So there's 30 chapters, I believe, and let's get started. So Karana is the main character, and she's 12 years old, and she has a little brother named Ramo, who is 6 years old. And Karana's dad his name is Chief Chowwick, and he's basically the chief of the whole island, the island of the Blue Dolphins, which is actually real life. It's named the Saint Nick Island, and well, the end of the story, they actually put some white men in there, which is a group of Indians, and like the main Indian group of the Native Indians of this book, the main character Karana's tribe, they, like, all of them are extinct probably, and most of them don't even know where they went. They don't even know if they escaped the island, if they went back to California civilization, if they sailed to another island. And the possibilities are just endless. So we don't know. Scott Odell doesn't know, and most of us don't even know, aside if some people actually know. So there's this tribe called the Aleuts, but in the movie they call them Aleuts, and I don't really like that pronunciation, but you can call them Aleuts, whatever you can do it, I don't care. But actually the kind of plot, bad character, evil character in this book situation, and well, they didn't keep their word because they went to civilization, and Native Americans, Native Indians, they don't have the type of technology to build a gun. So the Lutes had guns, and basically for every otter, their quote unquote, what they said was, for every otter we kill, we will give you 1 string of beads and an iron spearhead. But they didn't keep their word, so the Lutes mostly shot most of Karana's tribe. And because they were in danger, they sailed to California. But the thing is, remember Ramo's Karana's little brother? He forgot his spear, so he went back to the island right as they were about to take off. And they were already taking off with Karana, but without Ramo. And they were taking off to California, but Ramo couldn't make it in time. So Karana jumped off the boat. This was like chapter 6 or something, and she went back to the island, and that's not the end of the story, but so they didn't go to California. So there's not a lot to talk about. There's some main plots, main obstacles, main fun things in this book, but like I'd say around 60 you could hear that car, but around 60 pages were about description. If you put them all together, they're like, I stood on the black rock covered in green moss or seaweed, and as I looked across the horizon, I could see it was as if the ocean was a flat blue piece of slate. So like you could kind of see as I looked across the big island, which stood at 2 leagues, which is 2 miles, and by 1 league, 1 mile, I could see that as if there were trees that stood in the past, but like there were different shades of green with butterflies fluttering gracefully, striding across the forest or something like that. So that's why I didn't really like this book. Maybe a 7 out of 10, but I'm not done yet. So sadly, Ramo dies because the pack of wolves ate him when he snuck out at night for something. I can't recall it. But he dies and he doesn't revive. He doesn't become alive. There's no twist at the end. He's dead. So Karana, she tries to survive on that island for 20 more chapters. Then the Aleuts come back. She hides. She doesn't find them. And there's this girl named Tutok. And basically they communicate, but Tutok has to go back because they're the Aleuts, and they swore that they could never leave their tribe, or else they'll be breaking the law, and then they'll come for them with knives, guns, spears, spearheads, arrowheads, and stuff like that. So sadly, Tutok couldn't stay. But fast forward a few chapters, the white men came, but while Karana is getting ready to meet and greet them, they have already left the island, and for 2 more years they don't come back. So another one of the big things were that there was a tsunami and an earthquake, and one of the things that I don't think makes sense was the tsunami came after the earthquake. I mean, the tsunami came before the earthquake, because usually tsunamis are triggered by earthquakes, meteors, landslides, underwater volcanoes, but stuff like a regular tsunami doesn't happen that very often, unless it's triggered by like an earthquake, underwater volcano, landslide, a glacier sliding into the ocean and a gigantic wave comes, or stuff like that. So I just didn't see how it made sense for the earthquake to come after the tsunami. But that's really it. Not necessarily, but okay. So remember the white men, they don't wear white coats, they actually wear blue coats with a kind of beekeeper hat for some reason, but it's not exactly a beekeeper hat, like a cowboy hat, and then they have like a bottom here, so it's kind of covering all around their head. They come back and Karana is ready for them this time, so she sails back to California civilization, and she goes to Mission Santa Barbara, and she meets Father Gonzalez, and she asks Father Gonzalez, why hasn't the white men come back for me for like 8 years or something? Well, Father Gonzalez says, the big twist, your ship has actually sunk in a great storm shortly after they arrived at the island, but I don't think this was the true ending, because I don't think the white men actually arrived at California, the U.S. I think they might have sailed to another island, but I mean, who knows? They can't be found anywhere. But that's it for today's book review. I hope you liked it. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Just a little too much description, a little too much tall talk, and well, I hope you like my book review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I'm gonna be Shaka out of here.